Alright, today on Cabal Cast, we're going to be Command & Conquer Brother 3 to do a 1 versus 1 video commentary. I thought I'd jump in to do a quick VOD today because this is my last day to do video commentary. Then I'm going to be on vacation for about a week and a half. So I'll be back in British Columbia to see my parents and everything like that. Then I'll come back around the 15th of April. Then I will have about another 2 weeks worth of VODs left before I have to go work full time, and then after when I start working full time, there will probably be VODs and maybe one or two every month. So that's how much time I have to do VODs. Not a whole lot of time, but I'll do what I can. Anyway, let's get into this game here. This game is quite old. It was uploaded back in 2014, so it's like 3 years old. But it just got into the popular replays tab today, and it features SuperPower from the TNG clan. This was way back when, against H2O JeJe. So Soviets versus Empire Rising Sun. In the north here, top left, we see this is SuperPowers playing as the Blue Empire the Rising Sun, and down south is H2O JeJe. He's playing as the Soviets, the Red Soviets. He's going to be walling up his refineries with a reactor and a barracks. Like he's going to go straight for an engineer. He's probably going to get some conscripts out as well. And I like the walling up here of this refinery. What I used to do back when I was playing Brother 3 is I just get the refinery up on the wall, then I place a war factory right here with the barracks, and then just sell the barracks off when I'm done with it, and then sell it up, and then place another wall right here, so it'll be finished. He's going to go for a single combat engineer with a couple of flak troopers because he knows he's against Empire, and Empire with those nano cores are just super deadly. So he's going to have a couple of nano cores, one nano core coming towards the center of the map, as well as an Imperial Warrior. Both players want this oil derrick for sure, but JeJe's going to take it immediately. And this is going to force that JoJo core to go around the other side of the map. See a single bear coming out as well from JeJe's. Looking was to go for a little bit of harassment on the Imperial Warriors, but there's going to be a lot of Imperial Warriors coming out because there's two barracks from SuperPower. He sold out one of them, so he has quite a bit of them. And I don't think JeJe's going to be intent on going in the infantry war because Imperial Warriors are the best early game infantry to get, and conscripts are the worst. So he's going to be forcing to give up that engineer, and we see a lot of the beep katanas out already from SuperPower. Looks like he wants to just get straight to that oil derrick right there. He wants to get that war bear so it doesn't get down any of his engineers. And JeJe has a war factory out. He's going to get a sickle unit, and sickles are great against Imperial Warriors if you didn't know that. And we see a single bear coming in, and we see, he does get the special ability off, which is the roar, or amplified roar, and those two Imperial Warriors are going to die. And you see another roar coming out from JeJe. So JeJe's on top of his micro, and he's going to be jumping into the Imperial Warriors and hopefully doing a lot of damage. That's a wrong time for the Imperial Warrior to come, for the Imperial Engineer to come out, but it gets to the AOL deck just in the nick of time before those sickle units kill the rest of the infantry. And all these infantry is just going to get wasted completely. So that was not a good time to use infantry, but then again, you didn't know if he was going for sickle units. He might be going for airfield or something, but now we see a super reactor coming out from JeJe, so he's going to be going for maybe some hammer tanks, and I love hammer tanks. They're the best. Their leech beam coming out as well. Oh, we see a sudden transport coming out from SuperPower, so it looks like he's definitely going to be putting a couple of engineers, or maybe engineers inside that sudden transport, that he can capture some buildings there. But I think JeJe knows what's up. He's going to be putting one of his flak troopers inside the wall there, just to protect against any Mega Tengus that come out as well. And he does one of those Mega Tengus, but he doesn't know that one of them is a sudden transport. So that's the gist of it. And these sickle units, they can outlast sudden transport Mega Tengus, but the hammer tanks are becoming as well, and their leech beam is pretty good as well. So he's going to take that into consideration too when SuperPower is facing a match like that against hammer tanks. But now we see that JeJe's going to be going for an expansion. He has another barracks up here, so he wants to capture the oil derrick. Nobody wants to capture the observation post. It's kind of silly. But the oil derrick from SuperPower does go down. The hammer tank and sickle units take it out. Now the two Mega Tengus are just flying across the map to see what they can find. And they do find that JeJe is just intent on just keeping these refineries safe. There's two Mega Tengus out here, so the flak trooper, is going to get there. Let's take it out immediately, and now the ore collector is forced to go back into the cocoon mode. But now we see a Terror drone coming in, and that'll do a lot of damage. And that gives the Mega Tanker. The Mega Tanker has no choice but to just get destroyed. But since he has honorable discharge, that did do a lot of damage to his refinery and his oil derrick, or his oil collector anyway. So now that JeJe does have the oil derrick and the control. He's going to get a little bit more economy out. He's not building anything out of his construction yard just yet because he's focused on he's getting attacked by sudden transport with a lot of I forgot what the things are called, tank busters. And he did lose? Oh, he didn't lose the ore collector, so that's gonna be very good from JeJe. His micro is on top of things, and because of that, SuperPower is gonna be low on units now. He is going for some tsunami tanks, so he's gonna get some units on the map as well. And he does have a chopper VX as well, doing a little bit of damage to that. Whoa, what the hell was wrong with my mouse? Doing a little bit of damage to that cocoon ore collector, but because he's in the cocoon mode, he's not going to be doing a whole lot of damage. Another chopper VX coming in, and this should finish off the ore collector. But because of this, JeJe doesn't have any anti-air. He's just building bullfrogs just now. He's got 2 of them with an army of sickles and hammer tanks. So he's pretty good defense. He's going to get that ore collector back to work eventually. And JeJe's moving his MCV again. Looks like he wants to get that 4th expansion on the water, which would be pretty good. Although he has to be careful that he doesn't get jumped over those chopper VXs and America Tangoose. But at the same time, we see a Terror Drone coming in, and SuperPower does notice immediately and just changes that ore collector to its firing mode, finishing off that Terror Drone. That was very nice there by SuperPower. He's at 3 ore collectors as well. He's getting up some tsunami tanks as well. He's going to go back for some Imperial Warriors. So he's going to get a nice bread and butter Empire force here. We see that JeJe's coming in with his army here with 3 of everything: bullfrog, sickles, and hammer tanks. Looks like he just want to go straight to attack SuperPower's forces from up north, or base from up north. But that's not going to happen. We see the leech beam coming out and leeching that tsunami tank. The drones are coming in from that Empire force, and they're going to chase away that force there by the Soviets. And not sure who's going to happen. It's going to be, I'll come down to micro here by both players, and we're going to be seeing the engagement's not going to be happening just yet. I think SuperPower, what happened to his MCB? Did he sell it? I think he sold it. He's all in. I don't see his MCB anywhere. Oh, no, there it is. His MCB right there. Looks like he wants to go for a secret expansion so that SuperPower does not know where the other ore refinery is, which is a smart idea because if you usually place it up here, but it gets harassed constantly on the water, which kind of you saw it there at SuperPower. But now we see the fight coming in. We see a lot of leech beamed hammer tanks coming in, and they're doing a lot of damage to these tsunami tanks. And SuperPower is actually pretty even right now. I think all these tank busters from SuperPower are just destroying all these hammer tanks, and the hammer tanks can't get close enough. Otherwise, they're just going to get crushed by the whole stuff. And the JeJe's lost a lot of his forces there because he doesn't have a whole lot of sickle units. He can't deal with his infantry forces that much. And those chopper VXs are dealing with that refinery now. But now we see the leech beam hammer tanks are just coming out. They're doing a lot of damage to these tsunami tanks. But with the tank busters are doing the brunt of the work, and they're just crushing all the hammer tanks. This is not good there by JeJe. He doesn't have any anti-infantry to deal with. He needed either more sickle units, or he needed hammerheads, or not hammerheads. Sorry, I forgot what those twin blades. Yeah, those twin blades. So now a lot of selling off there of that refinery, but JeJe has been defeated. So that was a quick game there by SuperPower. His tank busters did the brunt of the work, destroying all those hammer tanks, and JeJe just couldn't do anything about it. So that was the whole brunt there. So now resources, JeJe had a little bit there for the first 2 minutes or so, and then SuperPower just finished it off there. So that was actually not too bad of a game. I know this game was short. I do apologize, but I have a lot of stuff I want to do today just to get ready for my vacation to British Columbia. So when I get back, I will bring you guys some longer VODs, some better VODs, and hopefully some pretty good VODs. All right, so there's a game on, I forgot, that's why I didn't say what the map was called, because I totally forgot what it was, but it's Fire Island. That's why. Hope you guys enjoyed the map on Fire Island, and my name is Cabal, and I'll see you guys in 2 weeks.